Good afternoon. We're back. So we did a cooking video last, and this is our first garden video because our seeds came in. It's so exciting when the seeds come in because you just think of the possibilities and how you get to plant them and all the vegetables that you're hopefully going to get, but it's always so hopeful in the beginning.
So we ordered our seeds from Fedco Seeds, which is a company up in Maine. Mm-hmm. And so we got our box in the mail a couple of days ago. We're still dealing with the corona thing, so when stuff arrives, we just kind of put it to the side for a couple of days. So we're good to go and open our, well...
I had opened it, and then Rob's like, wait, let's do it on screen. So it's opened, but it hasn't really been inspected.
Yeah, so let's take a look and see what we got.
So it always comes with a list that you ordered, and I also make my master list of when we order, because sometimes they don't have the right seeds that you've ordered, and so they substitute, and so that's what they tell you on here. And since there is a check, it seems that...
Ooh, quite a big check.
It seems that we didn't get some things.
So we had spent a good amount of money on seeds. $100 and something, I think?
Yep. 132.
Yeah, and we got a check back for 18. So obviously one or two items that we ordered they didn't have in stock, or potentially something big we ordered wasn't in stock. So because of the coronavirus, they've been, I'm sure, busier than usual, but this is pretty common. We usually get a check back for, $1.43 or something. So it's a bit more money this year. So what did they say we missed?
So sold out was the silver cloud bean, which is a cannellini bean. A white dry bean.
Okay, so a storage bean.
Which is too bad because they're my favorite. So maybe we can find some at the grocery store or another garden store.
Yeah, so they were fully out of that, but in a lot of cases they'll substitute something else. It looks like we have a few substitutions as well.
Yep, for the Bloomsdale spinach, they gave us...
Something organic.
Organic.
It must be what this number is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For the broccoli that we picked, they substitute it for Covina broccoli.
Okay, we have to, so oftentimes we choose our vegetables based on the flavor profile of the vegetable or some quality about it, so...
Sometimes just because they're a cool color.
Yeah, so we'll have to go back and kind of see what the differences are. We'll go through some of the paperwork that Allie puts together just so that we kind of understand the plants and when to plant them and that sort of thing. Okay, let's start going through some of what we did get. So, wow.
Corn.
We ordered a lot of corn.
Hopefully this year we'll do succession planting correctly. And so for corn, you would plant it every 2 to 3 weeks after your initial plant. And so we got a lot because it stores really well. We've had a good couple years of corn, and we just take it off the cob and freeze it, and it's delicious.
But it would be nice to not have 12 million cobs all at the same time. So there's actually some interesting data that they put on these. So it tells you it's from Fedco Seeds. This is the actual seed number that correlates to the catalog. B is the size of package you got. They sell them in different sizes with more or less seeds in them. And so it just sort of tells you, the lot it was, how long it takes from when you plant the seed to when you pick the corn. And then there's some interesting information over here. So it says 97%. That number represents the percent of seeds that germinated in their test. And then this is a seed for 2020. And then it just kind of gives you a little bit of information. You'll find that on all the seed packages, which is great. Mm-hmm. Cool.
And I also noticed when he was saying that they were also out of the hot pepper mix, which makes it kind of sad because I was hoping to make some salsa this year.
Yeah.
But again, we'll find different seeds somewhere else, or an already started plant, which would even be better.
Right. Sometimes we end up buying some started plants, or oftentimes if you head out to your local feed store or gardening store or whatever, they'll have some seeds available there too. We like to get seeds from Fedco because they're a company sort of in the same region as we are, so a lot of their seeds are tailored for the Northeast where we live, but it's not the end of the world. And typically they bundle the seeds up in similar types. So this looks like it's going to be melons.
So honeydew melon, cucumber, pickling cucumber, slicing cucumber.
So what was the first cucumber? Sassy pickling?
We got 2 types of pickling because I really want to make refrigerator pickles. I made them one year and everyone loved them. I love them. I don't even like pickles that much, but they were really good.
Yeah, so a slicing cucumber is usually a little bit bigger, and a pickling cucumber is usually an actual smaller fruit at the end.
We also have some sweet Reba acorn squash.
We love acorn squash. There's very little better in the world than a nice roasted acorn squash with, we have like a rice dish we put in there. It's got cranberries and things, and it's really nice on a cold autumn day.
See, as you can see, going through the seeds just makes you think of all the delicious food that you're going to have.
Don't think about the work ahead.
No, that will not help at all. We also have spaghetti squash, which we've never grown before. So
there's a request from my sisters who are big fans.
So we'll see. I haven't had great spaghetti squash in the past, but maybe we can
look forward
add some cheese. Everything's better.
Look forward to a video on that later in the season, or not.
And then we have 2 types of carrots.
Any particular difference between them?
One is ready faster. Like
Okay.
it was an early carrot and then a middle carrot.
Okay. Yeah, so 55 days.
And then they're also out of one of the carrots that we...
Oh, okay. So yeah, the faster carrot's 55 days, that's less than 2 months. That's pretty nice. And the second carrot is 68 days, or about 2.5 months.
Yeah, and then the other one was a longer carrot. I think the Danvers, which was like...
Oh, the Danvers,
70.
which is a common, it's a common carrot out here.
Because then you get a fall harvest.
This looks like brassicas, perhaps?
So this broccoli, the Covina, was the one that they subbed out.
Ah, okay. So indoors, okay. So we'll have to look up what that means.
Yeah.
Just kind of find out what the difference is with that broccoli.
And then the green super broccoli, which we got because it's super green.
Excellent. We love broccoli. We eat broccoli like 2-3 times a week. We've never been able to grow enough broccoli to fill our fridge.
No. So hopefully this year, fingers crossed. Ruby Perfection cabbage, which is something I wanted to try this year. I went to Oregon to visit my sister, and she made this delicious red cabbage dish, and I could just eat that every day, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be that good for me, but it tasted really good.
It's really important when you're planting your seeds. Oftentimes people will pick the seeds to plant based on what they think they should be planting. But we can tell you that if you don't really want the vegetable at the end of it, you're not going to pay attention to it. So planting a cabbage, planting a vegetable you're really excited about is really important.
And then also this year we're going to try to grow cauliflower, and we got the Flame Star, which is an orange type. And there's 3 different types of cauliflower. There's white and purple and orange. And so they were out of the purple one, so we got orange because that might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
I have no idea what this is.
Allie doesn't want to read this one. I'm not sure I'm going to do any better. It's called Baltisk Rod Perpical.
And I believe it's a kale.
Yeah, maybe it must be a purple kale.
Yes. Me and my sister-in-law Nicole, when we were going through the seeds, we picked a lot based on cool colors because it makes it more fun when you walk into the garden and see different colors instead of just green.
Yeah, and it should make things more interesting when we're cooking as well.
Yes.
Another kale.
Yep, a winter boar kale.
Okay. Excellent.
And then there's also peppers. So we got the Lady Bell sweet pepper.
Okay.
Which, of course, you could buy green, yellow, red, but it all has to do with timing of the seed. It's basically, if you wait longer, it's a different color.
Yeah, in most cases, if you buy a green pepper at the store, it's just an underripe red pepper or yellow pepper, whatever it might be, yeah. Oh, cayenne.
Yeah.
So
that
good. So you still got some spicy peppers.
Yeah. The other one was the Some Like It Hot pepper mix. So there's like 12 different types of hot pepper that you could get.
Yeah. Allie's never found a hot pepper she didn't like, so she's very much on her own with that.
Found plenty that didn't like me.
I've never found a hot pepper I did like.
Also some tomatoes. We got the Sildaki tomato, which I believe that's the beef stock.
The beefsteak tomato, like a slicing tomato?
Beefsteak tomato, like a slicing tomato.
We made some beef stock the other day, can you tell?
And then we got a paste tomato.
Which you'd use for sauce.
And another paste tomato.
Orange
but this
banana
one's
then.
orange.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And then, of course, the cherry tomato, the Sun Gold, which it's always voted #1.
Yeah.
They're so sweet and delicious.
We love to watch a show called River Cottage from the late 90s over in the UK. And the host of that show, the main focus of that show, his name is Hugh Fernley-Whittingstall. He's a really big fan. So every season, when we're getting ready to plant the garden, we rewatch the show, and we always get so excited for those tomatoes. So we got some of those seeds this year for sure.
It's like Christmas. Like, whoa, what seeds did we get?
These look like root veg.
Yep, we got the robin beet, which is an earlier beet, so it's, and they come in different colors. I think it's pink and purples.
Oh, like robin's eggs maybe.
Yeah, so they don't get super huge, but they are super fast. And
oh yeah, 40 days, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the most frustrating things about planting the garden is you do a huge amount of work.
Yes.
And then you have to wait like 2 months to get anything out of the garden. So we typically do some radishes, not because we particularly like radishes, but because they grow in about 2 weeks. And these look good too. These beets are just 40 days, which is awesome.
And then we got another beet that's 50 days, and it's just a big red beet, the kestrel beet. And then also we got a yellow beet, which is supposed to be creamier, so I'm really excited about that. It's the bulldor beet, and that's 55 days. And then, of course, like we said, the radish,
Yeah.
the pink lady slipper, 25 days.
Yeah, so
that
those
will
are
come
ready.
up in no time.
Yeah, 3.5 weeks you're eating radishes. Oh, more radishes.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Okay.
Because they looked cool in the catalog. White icicle radish, they get about this big, and
okay,
they look
they're
like an
longer.
icicle or a carrot. But 30 days.
A little bit
And
longer.
so-
Yeah, probably because they're a little bigger.
Yep, and some lettuce mixes. So we got summer lettuce mix, and then a mustard green mix, and then crumpled cress.
Like a watercress?
Yes.
Yeah, which is like a peppery sort of thing.
We picked this one. It said it tasted really good, but it's also fun to say crinkled, crumpled cress.
Yeah, so with the lettuce mixes, what you basically do is you let it grow in, and then you can just go out there with a pair of scissors and just start slicing off the top.
As long as you start from the outside, you don't want to mess with the center because that will stunt the growth of the whole thing. But if you keep cutting from the outside, it keeps growing to protect the center.
Right. And so you can cut it and it'll keep growing and get more. So this
These
next
are-
section, these bags are a little bit bigger, but it's because they're peas. The actual pea seed is larger.
So the sugar and snap pea.
Oh, we got 2 of them.
Yes, because I ordered a
We
bee,
got 3 of them.
but
We got 4 of these.
they only had
I see. Oh, I see. Yeah, so they gave
4
us 4.
A's equal a B.
So these are all the same.
Yeah, but
I'm a big fan of sugar snap peas. We used to have a dog, and the dog would run into the garden, and he would rock up to the sugar snap pea bush and just grab them off the vine and pull them back with him. But they're delicious. Here we go, and here's some more beans.
yep. So dragon,
Easy for you to say.
the dragon Langiri bush bean is a bush
Lingerie,
bean.
yeah. Bush bean, okay, so
It's just like a
just
green
a bush bean. So like a
yeah.
green bean? Okay, cool. Excellent.
And then the wax pole bean.
Excellent. Those are a family favorite. I don't know if you guys ever had those. They're like regular green beans, but they're a lighter color.
And then we got some black dry beans, which we've never grown before. They take 90 days. So
Yeah. So they're dry beans. So you would grow them. We'll plant them, and they'll just grow. And then when they're done growing, they just kind of dry out on the plant, and then you store them as dry beans, which is great. We use a lot of dry beans, so it'll be nice to have some of our own.
there's still more.
Yeah, and now just a few more.
We've ordered a lot of seeds this year. Bloomsdale spinach mix. We talked about that at the beginning.
Yep. I love baby spinach. I don't really like older spinach, but I love baby spinach in my salads and things, on my sandwiches. I use it instead of lettuce in a lot of ways.
And your sisters like to put it in their smoothies.
Yes, for smoothies. Yeah.
And then the Sweet Dakota Rose watermelon.
Oh, so this one is still organic. So with the Fedco seeds, if it says OG in the end, it's still organic. So they did swap our watermelon, but they were still able to give us one that was organic, which is nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So those are the seeds we ordered. We're going to reorganize here a little bit, and then we'll start getting them ready. Hello, good people of YouTube. This video is already way too long. Allie has already recorded the piece where she plants all the seeds, but we'll create it in a video for next week instead of adding it on to the end of this one. So bye. We'll see you then.